we doing this shuffle drill, and I'm on like the third one, and I shuffle out, and I burst, and I just felt a pop. Like I just felt like somebody kicked me super hard in my Achilles, and I just went down from there, and I just was looking at it, and you could see the like a bump. You could see one bump high and one bump low, and I said, "That's my Achilles. I know it. I don't even need the trainer to come over here." And I said,
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Life Untold. This is your boy Paris Harrington, owner of Life Untold, and today we got a great guest with us today. We got Kenyatta McNeese Jr. Shout out to him. How you doing today?
"What's good with y'all, man? What's good? Back in it, man. With my cousin Paris and checking
All
to the
right.
podcast, man.
And I appreciate you taking the time, man. We've been trying to. Everybody always have a tough schedule, so I appreciate you
Facts,
taking a
facts,
moment of time out. I know you got a big life out there, man. How's life treating you out there?
man. It's smooth, man. You know, shoot, just being an athlete, school balancing just regular errands. But it's all smooth. I can't complain, man. A lot of people want to be in my spot, so I can't even complain.
Come on with it. Come on with it. All right. So before we start, I got some quick questions to ask you. All I
I
need you to
got
do,
you.
pick between the two and let me know how it goes. Kind of like an icebreaker. Which sport do you enjoy watching the most, field or track?
Track.
Which is more thrilling to you, touchdowns or interceptions?
Interceptions for sure.
Where do you find more energy at, home games or away games?
Away games, sleeper,
What's your go-to recovery method, ice bath or the sauna?
left,
Pre-game ritual, rap or rock?
rap.
Okay.
Gotta be
What
rap.
gets you ready the most, silent focus or coach prep talks?
Silent focus.
Then the last one I got for you, what matters the most, winning team mentality or individual accolades?
Oh, winning team mentality.
Hey, come on. All right, so
Gotta
hey,
have it.
let's just get us a little mind flowing. All right, so what I want you to do is just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Got you. All right. Born from my dad, Kenyatta McNeese Jr. Got the same name. He the same. I'm Junior. Everybody call me Junebug. I was born in Ventura. My dad was actually in the Navy. Um, when I was getting ready to be born, so that's why I was out in California. Then we moved back to Mississippi, and I stayed there for probably, I don't even know, probably like 6, 7 years. Then we moved to Fort Worth, Alabama, for a few years. And then went to high school at Enterprise, middle school at Dolphin. I played football there, ran track. Then we moved to Washington, and that's kind of like that was kind of the saga for me because I ain't never been nowhere other than the South. You know what I'm saying? And out of nowhere, we found out we got to go all the way to Seattle, Washington. So came out there, high school for 2 years.
So before you say that, so I'll ask you this then. All right, so you jumped a whole bunch of years there. So what was life like for Kenyatta McNeese Jr. growing up? Like, was it easy? Was it like laid back? People you bringing you potato chips all day? Like, what was life like for you?
Yeah, I definitely did skip Mississippi. Them my roots. That's kind of like where I got where I am today. Honestly, I mean, my dad he raised me. Me and my brother I wasn't gonna say it was easy. My dad, he was in the military, so he was hard on us. So we was kids who had to make sure you lock the door when you leave. You know what I'm saying? Take the trash out because he was at work. He worked on the railroad, so he was at work to sun up, probably sundown, some days at night, whatever. We had to get up in the morning ourselves, brush our teeth. That was like standard. Standard was the standard. Like you had to
Yep.
do all that on your own. Teacher call you, so you been bad or something, a position or that belt. And
Hey,
for those who don't know about the position, to get on the wall with your knees at 90 and hold it for 30 seconds and come back to me and tell me how you feel. So, you know
do
what I'm
you
saying?
feel like that played a big part in the discipline that you have in the sport of football now?
Most definitely. The mental aspect, just being mentally strong, regardless. People can say they don't like to discipline their kids. It really, to me, it never had nothing to do with you either trying to find a way to like demean your kids. It was an act of like, when you got in the real world, it's gonna be worse than it. It ain't gonna be, oh, I gotta sit on the wall with 30. It's gonna be, oh, I gotta find another job. My kid needs to eat. Like that's kind of how, as a young age, I thought of it. And that's how my dad instilled in me to think of it. So that's kind of how I took it.
So let me ask you this. So football, that's the sport of passion for you, right? So you remember the first time that you put those cleats on, that you grabbed that football, or is it kind of like a blur and you just looked up and kind of you was on the team because you were good, or what was it?
Man, it's a little bit of both. Honestly, some days, man, like right now, like over these past couple years, it's like, man, I'm really playing football. Like I say to myself, sometimes I get to play football. Like some people would die for this. It started early, like in Mississippi, my roots. I didn't even play rec league or little league football till I was in sixth grade, middle school and sixth grade. I was playing backyard football in Mississippi all my life. We played with the big kids. That was my little league, man. I got all the ages. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? If you all knew my For those of you who know my grandma and know her where her house is, you know how big her backyard was. Man, we'll be out there from the time we get out of school and you have homework out there all day playing whatever, football, basketball. But that's definitely where it started. I was playing with guys who were in high school. Like, shoot, I remember getting shoved in the dirt. I had failed so hard, my shoulder dug a hole in the ground. I had got up. I said, "Dang, I'm playing with the big guys for sure." But that's definitely where it started, and it kind of just went on from there. We moved to Alabama, and that was kind of like why I first started being able to get in the rec league. My dad had time to take me to practice and stuff like that, so it kind of just went up from there. But it was always there, just didn't really suit it up to what I'm saying. Moved to Alabama and went from there.
when you brought up coming to Alabama, and that's where you kind of got the official start. What was the first league that you played in there, and was it kids your age? I know you said you played all types when you were in Mississippi, but when you came to Alabama, were you in middle school?
It was kind of like going into my sixth grade, so I guess you could say fifth grade too. But
Okay,
it was I think it was probably like 11 to
okay,
12 year olds. That was my first time joining the rec league. Then sixth grade for sure. That was my second year. I played everything. Little league, you play everything.
yeah.
I didn't play no line D line. I wasn't that fat, but I played linebackers, running back, receiver, quarterback. Yeah, I played all of it. And then transitioned to middle school. I ended up sticking with defense, cornerback, and safety, and I kind of just stuck with those as I went through high school and
Okay.
along with college.
So, question I will have for you is in middle school, did you find yourself being as dominant as it was as being in them Mississippi trenches, playing with them older kids, or were you kind of like just mediocre in the middle in middle school, or what was that like? Was it domination?
Yeah, so middle school definitely like that was my first time. I don't know how to word it, but that would be like my first introduction to other people. You got other people who really trying to compete with you. Like,
Hmm.
literally backyard football, we compete with each other, but like we compete with each other to win at a bigger level. And it's middle school, but in our eyes, like we thinking it's top of the top. So, so the introduction to people being more competitive, I would say I was kind of in between. I wasn't the craziest. Like my coach knew I could get the job done, and I learned a lot. When I started going against other people, you had bigger guys. A little bit. I was big too. I wasn't too small.
Yeah.
But it definitely was a transition. Just learning and competing with guys who wanted to compete even more than when you're in little league.
So let's get to the high school year, bro. The big time, right? So that was actually my first time ever seeing you play football, and man, I must say I was shocked. I was still shocked. 'Cause, I mean, I ain't never been nowhere, especially being related to somebody, but just being somewhere and every play, I don't care if it was offense or defense, it was Kenyatta McNeese Jr. Kenyatta McNeese Jr. I mean, all right, we switch. I said, damn, I go to get a hot dog, come back, they still Kenyatta McNeese Jr. Kenyatta a touchdown, interception, and I'm like, bro, so tell me what was it like feeling as dominant as it was in high school? What was high school like being on that football field?
Yeah, so high school and kind of just starting from ninth grade up. I mean, the then transition from middle school then to high school, even more competitive. The mindset was always there to be mentally strong. Whatever you do, it don't really matter. Football, and it was guys who was big enough and probably strong enough to do a lot of things. I don't know. I just felt like I just always had like the mental part of it to outwork people or outdo people. And going in ninth grade, like it was nothing to me. Like I was catching on, clicking. I played my freshman year. I got moved up to varsity, but I didn't play. They just wanted me to see for next year. Just going into how everything they work and how they do. Because freshmen and varsity two different things. I say probably going into my sophomore year, COVID happened. That's when everything kind of went kind of crazy because
Yeah.
we thought we were actually gonna move my sophomore year. that whole summer I did not work out with the team. I was working out because after the COVID kind of settled and they allowed us in the South. I don't know if y'all know, but like in the South, they had a lot of people start school back up way earlier than some people. So that summer I just was working out, eating right, at peace, COVID doing this thing. Kind of going into my sophomore year, they didn't know what they wanted to do with me. I came in, I told them I thought we was moving, didn't end up moving. They was like, all right, we gonna take you in because I mean we still love you from last year and all of that. So they throw me in. I'm playing safety at first. Then they moved me to outside linebacker, and from there it kind of just skyrocketed. The first 2 weeks I'm learning. I got there probably a month before fall camp, so I was trying to learn the playbook and stuff. First 2 weeks, I'm kind of just on special teams and getting the feel. After that, I just kept learning what I needed to know and just competing honestly. And there was a guy, he was 6'5". This man was 6'5", probably 220. I kid you
Yeah.
not. And
Okay.
the coach told me, he said, I'm gonna start you because you are more physical than him. 6'5",
Sure.
220. 220 plus. He probably was more than 220.
Hey, come on.
And and I'm looking, I'm like, ain't no, and I'm 170. I'm a sophomore, and I'm like 170, 180 at the
Yeah.
most. He's 230, and this is 7A football in Alabama, like the top of the top. If y'all know Thompson, Hoover, all them schools, Central Phoenix City, all them schools. He tell me he's gonna start. Week 3, I'm out there, and like I said, it just skyrocketed from there. Like just making plays, taking what I'm gonna learn from just all from Mississippi up.
Hey.
Like, don't let nobody who bigger than you fear you. Like, the game is the game. Like, you either gonna play it or you not. So that just kept going. Then season went by. Made tackles, PBUs, outside linebacker, made the playoffs in that. Then we go into my junior year. Now this is when I transitioned to going to Washington State. But the tricky part about that was I I started track season for a little bit, but I really was just training because I knew I was leaving. And since Washington was still behind on the COVID, they were still waiting to send their kids to school and stuff. Where it was like they would send them. You would only stay for like a couple hours, then you got to go back. You got to wear masks and all that. But the
Yeah.
thing with there, when we moved there, they had a season from March to like I think April. So soon I got done in November. We went to playoffs. Soon I got done in November. I was competing with track for a little bit. We move up there. They find out a kid from Alabama coming. They acting like they got a 5-star commit.
Hey,
And
come
then,
on, because they did, and they do, and they
man, I'm
did.
telling you. And for those of you who don't know, my brother Wesley, he came with me too. My brother, he played as well. He played corner. So when they came, they got two guys from Mississippi. And my brother, he ain't know he played football. He knew the ins and outs, but he wasn't like all beyond and like I was. So, but he was gonna play. So they was excited and stuff like that. We coming, I'm like, I'm there for like probably 2 weeks. He calling me already on the phone, telling me plays. I'm like, oh man.
Hey, come on.
So they getting
Now,
me
now,
already
now
and stuff.
a question I got with you with that, with all that popularity that comes with it, what kind of crowd did you fit into? Because I want to make sure we hit that wicket of I know when I think of most athletes when I was in high school, some of them had to have great grades. What kind of crowd was Kenyatta McNeese Jr. in when he was in Alabama? Were you in the cool kids crowd? Were you more like, hey, as soon as I leave that field, I'm party holic? Johnny Manziel. What was it?
Yeah, so man, for a lot of people who know me, like really know I'm not saying my family don't know me, but I'm chill, man. Like I could do all of that, like with all the stereotypes you said. But I feel like I know the perfect balance to everything. I don't know, but like I mean, I was with the cool kids, as an athlete, you know everybody, everybody know you. But I was
Mhm.
chill after games. I go to my partner's house, kick it for a little bit this a couple of times and not, but I mean, I was chill, man. I came to do my thing and get my sleep. I'm an old man. I'm an old soul. Everybody know that. A
Hey,
lot of people know I'm an old soul. I go home, get my sleep, kick it, man.
okay,
Might watch a movie or something. But nah, I mean a little bit of everything. Chill. Check
so
out the parties a couple of times. You know. So
okay,
that's kind of how I was in
so
high school.
So the question I have for you, and that leads us to you coming up in Seattle, is how was that impact? Did any of that play an impact, or because I know you said your dad was in the military, does that play an impact on you having to do that transition? A lot of people, we think about people, great stars out there like Johnny Manziel. I'm knowing Johnny Manziel, how he had that transition in high school where he went from one area to the next area. And when he did that, he kind of threw his life in shackles. He started getting into stuff. Did you ever find yourself kind of upset at the world, mad at the world, or did you just have because of your upbringing where you just like, hey, it is what it is, we got to make this move, and we move out here to Seattle? Did that have an impact on your, your friendships, the way that you were out there? Were you shy? How did that work out with that?
Yeah, so basically, when I found out, I was drove like, the words just like, kind of mad, but not in that way. Like I'm not the type to get like outrageous or anything like that. But it was definitely like I definitely wasn't feeling it. My parents weren't feeling it either. Like we really none of us really wanted to move out there, to be honest. So it was kind of like you said, it was the same thing. You just change your mindset and you go on with the next thing. So
Yeah.
when I found out, it's kind of like okay, we out here for 2 years. Just lock in, take care of business,
Did
have
you ever
fun.
feel like that was gonna hurt your stock when it came to the colleges? Because I'm guessing at this point you already have in your head, yo, I want to play this on the collegiate level.
Yeah.
Did you feel like that at any point that had an effect on you, thinking like, hey, this might mess up my opportunity to play in college, or did you already know like, hey, no matter where I go, I'm blooming?
Yeah, nah, it definitely did mess with me a little bit. It messed with me more, honestly. I don't know why or how, but it messed with me more on the back end side of like the time now than it did then. I
Mm-hmm.
thought about it then, but it was kind of like just balling, whatever happens gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I mean, I'm at where I'm at now. I'm where my feet is, so it doesn't matter now. So I'm here now,
Yeah.
baby. So, but
Okay.
now sometimes I reminisce like, dang, I kind of moving out there kind of messed up because and trying to live you living up there, but you trying to play down south. They got the guys down south. They're not gonna come up there to come look back for you. So
Yeah.
but it didn't really mess with me back then when that happened. But I reminisce about it now. Just because of where I'm at. But hey, I'm here now, so
Hey.
it didn't mess with me too much.
Okay. So we jump into the Seattle stage, right? So you come up here, you said you were learning a playbook. What was that like? So you finally get over here. Do they have you riding the bench, or did you have a wait period? Because a lot of people don't have that opportunity. What was it like doing that transition for you?
The transition, they hyped whatever. When I first got in, the first few months, I mean, honestly, probably with the team, couple of weeks, I was shy. Definitely going to school, I was a little shy because you just ain't know nobody. But learning the plays, you learning how they practice, the coach how he coaching, the assistant, the players how they how their mindset is coming into practice. How they're reacting to stuff. So the first couple of weeks was kind of just seeing all of that, learning the plays. I would say probably the first 2 weeks I was just learning. Like I said, I wasn't really getting in. Like they knew they wanted to use me, but they knew like I had to learn it at the end of the day. So but we had probably like 4 weeks, 5 weeks before the first game, so we had time to learn the plays. So I'm learning. I'm behind this one guy. He's my partner today. We cool, but I'm behind him. I'm looking at him. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. We let's just
Now you
work.
say you
Let's just.
good, like yo, I got this in the bag, or you
I
like,
got
oh,
this. Yeah, I got
now,
this in the
now,
bag.
okay. So now, what were they feeling it? You said that the seasons were back to back. So I'm guessing from August to December you were playing in Alabama, and then I'm guessing you jumped straight to like two football seasons in 1 year. Is that what you said?
Right. Exactly.
What was that like? Was that good or bad? Did they automatically start you off that second part of the season in Seattle? Did they actually start you as a starter?
Yeah. So basically, this March season, like a spring season, basically. I'm after I learned this stuff, first game, like I'm starting, like it's all clicking. Some of I'm still catching on because I wasn't there for the whole winter and stuff to get all the team activities and learn all of the data learn. So I would say just learning after them few weeks, I caught on enough. And I started just on defense that year. Like for the spring, I wasn't trying to play offense for real, and I don't think they wanted me to try to learn two playbooks in 4 weeks. We had a lot of good guys like seniors, and I kind of hated it for them. I hated it for a lot of people, COVID, especially like coming into college. I hear people's stories. It just ruined a lot of people's like seasons. Honestly, like some guys didn't even get to play. But yeah, so I played that season. Started at just at safety. That's all I played. Special team, and that went well. That went how I expected. High ended on a high note. It ended 4-1. We only had 5 games. 4-1. I think I had My coach told him I had like 100. Nah, he said some number, some crazy amount of tackles I had at the end of the season. He was like, yeah, you gonna be straight. Like we in for a ride next year and all that stuff. Just going into the summer, school started. The team know me. They probably done heard. They done talked around a little bit. So I come into school. A lot of people know me. Then it's the games when the season go. It kind of just go from there.
Let's get to the part where you getting your name called on both sides. How did this happen? You getting called on offense, you getting called on defense. Is this something that you asked for? Is this something that you wanted, or how did that all come to be?
Yeah, so basically after the spring little season, we have a little break or whatever, and then the summers, I ain't gonna lie, that's what I did like about being up there. The summers felt super long because you start late and you end late. I guess it's just that feeling of just the summertime, but the summer the whole time we working out and stuff and learning the playbook, and I come out. I don't remember what day it was or whatever. My offensive coordinator told me he real blunt. Like, so whatever he said, he's not gonna put no context. He'll just say it. He's like, "Oh yeah, June, you moving the running back. I just want you to know." I'm like, "Okay, like that's good. That's smooth. Like, okay, we could do that." Like, to me, like I said, it didn't matter. And coming in, I forgot to mention, like, the team wasn't that big. Like, it wasn't like a Southern powerhouse where you got a whole bunch of kids coming out playing both sides. Like, even in Alabama, a couple guys played both sides, but it was 7-8, so you had enough kids on both sides.
Yeah.
But even like my freshman year, there was guys I knew from Mississippi or whatever. The high schools, you play both sides. Like, that was nothing. Like, so I wasn't tripping about it. So when he told me that, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Fine with me. Started learning both. Caught on. Started turning into like a team captain type. They respect me. They respect my game. Example set, school, all that. That just kind of flowed with me. Learn the playbook, offense, defense, doing good, communicating, all of that stuff. As that went on, I became starting running back because if you that guy, you that guy. So if you're gonna
Hey,
play
come
both
on.
sides, you got to do it all the way. Going into the season, started playing running back and safety.
Now, so the question I got for you now, you go through that, you start playing it. Did you like that position, or did you kind of like you like I don't know about this, or were you just like I'm up for whatever the team needs?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind it. My junior year, I really kind of took it on. The year that spring season, I definitely was trying. They wanted me to play receiver that spring season. They were trying to get me to play offense, but I wasn't really going for it. Like, they wasn't tripping about me not playing receiver, but I could have definitely learned to try to
Hmm.
play it. But that spring season, I definitely pushed away from playing offense because I wasn't trying to. But, like, I just wanted to focus on learning the defense so that I could, like, definitely hone in on just one side of the ball at the moment. And then my junior year, like I said, coming in the offense, I didn't really care. Like, I was gonna do it regardless, but I didn't really want to because I felt like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I just feel like if you can give like your best player his all on one side, he can still change the game. But I
Yeah.
knew, like, as a team we needed like a spark on both sides, so it didn't really matter. So I just took it on and hey, roll with it.
And that's what you got to do sometimes. You
Yeah,
got
you
got to
gotta do
know
that
how that.
sometimes.
Hey, sometimes you got to do it. Hey, do stuff you don't want to do to get where you need to be. We look at this. We move forward, and we're talking about senior year. Senior year. What was senior year like for Kenyatta McNeese Jr.?
Yeah, so senior year, summer went great. We working out, we all feeling good. We hyped. We got guys healthy, bringing some new guys in, got some new alignment. It went as expected. We had a new strength coach and everything, team bond and all of that stuff. The first game hit, I'm starting running back still, safety. First game hit, I break my hand. Broke I fractured this bone and this bone. First game of the season, running the ball. I guess when I was running, somebody flung my fingers back. The reason I say that is because I played the rest of the game and didn't know. So
Hey, come on.
running out straight adrenaline.
Out here acting
And
like Kobe Bryant, straight broke fingers. Hey, come on.
man,
Hey.
I'm telling you, bro, because I got home, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I don't even know if we won. I think, yeah, we lost. I think we lost by like a couple of touchdowns or something like that. Yeah, I went home that night and my hand just was like, my hand was hurting like bad, and I was just like, I probably just sleep on it, go away. I
Yeah.
woke up in the morning, man, my hand was whoa. I'm thinking like, hey, I'm like, what the heck? I can't move. I don't ice it. It ain't going down. Just keep getting slow. So I go to the doctor, and basically they tell me it's fractured out for 6 weeks, with a cast on. So I'm watching them play and stuff for the
So
first six weeks
how did
senior
that
season.
affect you? How did that affect you mentally, emotionally, spiritually when you go down your senior year, you know, first game of the season? How did that go?
Yeah, nah, it definitely wrecked me a little bit because it was kind of like it was like, dang, like it had to happen on the first game. Like I feel like at least could have happened later. But it hit me a little bit because it was like, it's your senior season. It's like any other athlete. Like your senior season gotta be your junior season gotta be your show out season. Your senior season, you gotta just continue to show like what you continue to do on top of your junior year. That was kind of what wrecked me a little bit. Like I ain't get to add to my junior year, but I just kept coaching guys, watching them, cheering them on and stuff like that. Because you can't play, so you gotta be the best teammate. So I
Yep.
just had
Okay.
to hone in on that and just wait till 6 weeks up to put this. My coach called it the cloth. It was like a plastic mold to these two fingers, and they basically would just wrap them, and it would still wrap my hand, and I just played like that for the rest of like 5 games, 4 games.
So you did get to play some more your senior year. How was that coming back, adjusting? Was there any turmoil between you and other players when it came to, hey, look, I've been playing this position or anything like that? Or was it just like, hey, he's back? Was it the same type of energy as that junior year?
Yeah, it definitely changed a little bit. When I came back, we had two other running backs. They were fine, like they were good running backs. They were straight. I would get limited snaps at running back just because when you play running back, you got to be able to you got to be able to hone the ball in, and you can't do that if the cast is messing it up. It was a few times like my offensive coordinator, he knew I was an athlete, so it was times that they would put me on offense, and I still had a cast on and get yards with the cast, so it didn't matter. But majority of the snaps I didn't get on offense. Majority of my snaps were on defense because I can still hit and bat the ball down, so it wasn't no biggie. The running backs, they knew like I told them like. I ain't gonna lie, y'all just gotta keep pounding because I know I'm not gonna be able to like get how I want to with the ball and move the ball up, step the ball. Just keep on doing y'all thing. Like, I ain't trying to scare nobody. On defense, they knew. I ain't gonna say they just needed me like just outrageous, but they knew it was me. Like it was
Yeah.
a key part missing. First game of the season, I'm out. Like we need June back. On defense, it
I mean,
wasn't no
yeah,
biggie.
sometimes you gotta call a spade a spade. You know,
Yeah,
if you that, like you said earlier, if you that guy, you that guy. And hey,
right.
what they say when that saying, hey, you're not that guy, buddy. Hey, you are that guy, buddy. You hear me?
No, facts. You feel me? Like so that's really all it was, man. I got back on defense and did my thing. I caught 2 picks with a cast on, so I wasn't complaining.
So the question I have for that is, you start fast forwarding a little bit with that. How did the colleges play a factor in that, especially with you being out majority of your senior season? Were you actively reaching out, or were they reaching out, or what kind of offers did you have, and how did that progress forward?
Yeah, so basically the college aspect of it was I told a young guy this we were just hosting a camp here. I said, man, he asked me like I think he asked me like how's my recruiting process. I told him, man, you don't even want to know, bro. Don't worry about nobody else recruiting process but yours. Like
Yeah,
everybody is different. Don't look on here and see 5-star commit to Georgia every 5 seconds. Everybody different. But my senior year, like that affected me obviously like getting hurt, you got less film, so you gotta work with what you got. I went to camps that previous summer before the season, and I went to like a mega camp, and I had went to like Washington State before that. The coaching and recruiting side of college, like it's a whole nother ball game, man.
yeah.
Like it's a lot of networking. It's a lot of just going to camps, putting your name out there. I promise you, and people will tell you this. It's guys who they probably didn't think deserved a scholarship, who got a scholarship, all because they got their name out there.
Yeah.
I didn't go to that many camps. I went to enough to like coaches reached out. I reached out to a bunch of coaches. I probably I definitely sent over 1,000 emails to coaches.
Hey, come on.
It,
And there's a
it,
good
it,
saying that goes when they say, man, if you don't fight for yourself, then who will?
so,
A lot of people out there, they have the opportunity to have people flocking at their front door, telling their mom, I'm about to buy you the moon and bring you on a spaceship, and your son gonna be the first football player in space. But
Yeah,
most people out there, you have to fight for where you know you belong. And I know it's a lot of great stories out there where, you know, people are like, hey, I wasn't the most heavily recruited person, but that still doesn't mean that I couldn't make the same impact or a better impact than a lot of those college athletes that do it. So, what colleges were you interested in, and which ones did you end up selecting?
basically like after like all the after basically after all my games after my senior season, I had Central Washington, their defensive coordinator. He was talking to me for the longest. I went on a visit and everything. I had another offer from D3. It's an academic. For people who don't know, D3s like they don't give you like football scholarships because they give you only academic because they don't have like money for football or something like that. So it would have been an academic scholarship to play football, and they would have just took care of everything else. But that was my only two like out of Central Washington and uh a college called POU in Tacoma. I think that's where it was. That was my only two offers. I had coaches reach out to me like I had Washington State talk to them. They sent me mail, Washington, some other schools, small schools, but like it wasn't really nobody big, perhaps. So going into the summer, I was kind of confused on what I really wanted to do. I knew I wanted to go to college to play football if the opportunity presented itself. I kept working out and just making sure I was on my P's and Q's with that. And then the other half of me was like, apply to schools, bro. Like
Yeah,
if football gone, football gone. Like to me, like I always tell, and I tell people this today, like even on the team, like man, know who you are, bro. This game, you can give all the love you want to it, bro. It ain't gonna show you no love back. Like I don't know how other people feel about that saying, but to me, I feel like that saying is true. You can love this game and it can be taken away from you just like that. You done did everything you wanted to do. Money, it can be taken away from you. Like whatever it is, injury, whatever, real life situation. I wasn't really tripping about it too much. So the other side of me was just like apply to school and kept working out. And I found out that the DC from Central Washington was coming to Louisiana Tech. I coach hit him up. I mean, I like hit him up. I'm like, I'm already hitting him up. He called me back. He called me back like the next day or something like that. And well, probably like a few days. He was like, so you trying to come down here? And I'm like, yeah, like I'm trying to get back closer to home. He was like, okay, he's like, I got a spot for you and stuff. So I'm like, okay, shoot. I said, he was like, when as quick as you can be down here. I wait to answer him because I'm looking
so,
at,
so this whole process took like you talking the matter of days. So we
yeah,
talking.
in the summer, yeah.
So, and what college is this exact?
This is where I'm at now. This is Louisiana Tech.
So you talking? Hey, you find out, you know, one of the college recruiters that wanted you, he's moving to a new college. He ends up pulling it forward, and he's like, "Hey, I got it." You know, you reach out. He's like, "Hey, you know, I got a spot," and now you hear that quick.
Yeah, like I told him, I said, ain't nobody else down south trying to talk to me. Yeah, I'm there. If I tell certain people, who ask and stuff like that, he's like, so if he never text you or went, where you went, I would have went to Jackson State without a shadow of a doubt. Like that
Yeah,
was where I was gonna go. Like that's where I had a pride. My dad tell you, we was doing the applications and all of that stuff. Like I applied for other schools too, like Tulane and some other schools down south. But I probably would have chose Jackson State.
that was when Coach Prime was there, right?
He was leaving, but
Okay, okay.
that didn't matter to me.
It didn't matter because I mean they went on. JSU went on to have a great season after that too.
Like
I think they went. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
So he told me, when can you be down here? And I waited to see like when they had orientations, and I was like, I might as well just go when they got orientation. Me and my dad, we flew down there, and basically like we was just talking, going through my orientation stuff, really for the most part, because the coaches were out. I think they was out maybe recruiting or something like that, or maybe they was off with their family. But I saw him for a couple of days. We talked for a little bit, and I think it was getting towards the end of orientation. Orientation was like 4 days. So I was there for a little bit. He was like, it's probably best that you stay so that
Hey,
you can go ahead and get like settled in and get with the team and all that stuff.
so
So
you
me
went
and my
from going down here for a visit to just staying?
so I'm staying.
Damn,
So
God.
that's the crazy part. And my dad will tell you like it was a crazy like day really like within them few minutes like hours like me and my dad talking about whether or not I should stay or go back up and we was like just stay bro. I
So
brought
So for everybody out there that's listening and gonna hear this, man, you telling me you go from being, the high school man on the campus, not knowing if you're gonna be able to play football during your collegiate years, not having anything in stone to days of being, hey, now I'm back into football. I was out of it. Hey, like Drewski say, I don't know which way this is gonna go, right? I don't know which way this is gonna go, right? You literally went a matter of days,
Literally.
and I want to make a big point about that because there's a lot of athletes out there that are just like, yo, I'm done, I'm over, it ain't nothing gonna happen. Something bad happened, they start getting into some crazy stuff, but because your head was on right, you kept your focus, you kept doing what the regimen of football does, which is give you that discipline to say, I'm gonna keep working out. Just because football stopped don't mean that my life stops. And then in a matter of a second, you back in it. Now you back into the thing that you've been loving your whole life. So you end up staying down there. What first day that you there? Pops gone, everybody gone. What was your first impression stepping foot on that campus? Like, what was college like? Was it everything you visioned? Was it, what was it?
Yeah, so basically when I found out I was gonna stay, this was probably around the same time as of probably today. Like
Mhm.
probably around this same month. So we got fall camp. School don't start till September something. So it's July, it's June, approaching July. Fall camp finna start. Those of you who know, fall camp, you getting up early. In college, they feed you and stuff like that. So you up there early, they feed you lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But you up there all day. Like it's you camping up there. Like that's why I call fall camp. The only thing you doing is coming home to sleep. You up there for meetings, practice, treatment, recovery, eating, all that. So basically, I found out I'm there. I basically had to stay with one of my teammates. He's still my teammate today. He's still, and we'll never, we always talk about it for a second. But I basically had to sleep on his couch for like a month. It felt like 2 years.
Hey, come
Cause
on.
I feel like every college been like this around the world. Like every freshman class is super like gigantic. There was no
Yeah.
more dorms for me to come in. It was too late to sign up, so I signed this application for off-campus apartments called the Preserve. You weren't gonna be able to get into those until August, so I had to wait because they have leases with previous renters. So they have to wait till like July 31st for them to get out. They got to move their stuff out, clean. But it's some nice apartments. But you had to wait till August to get
Okay.
in. I had to sleep on the couch and we going fall camp. In the depth of it, you just like my first few weeks. I ain't gonna lie. I said I done made the wrong choice. I done made the wrong
So you think
choice.
you made the wrong choice because you in the South, you back in the college, or is it because you were missing family, or is it because the regiments was a lot harder, or what was it that made you feel like that?
It was just I think when my dad left and we made the decision like that you gotta just stay for this. Like it's not that I was lonely. I can't really explain it. I still can't explain it today. Like I felt like I was by myself even
Yeah,
though I had people around me and people to talk to, because
yeah,
I had to make the decision so quick. I think that's what it was, and I think that's what I said when I said I regretted it. 'Cause
yeah.
I felt like I made it so quick, and I just felt like the transition. I had to be mentally strong, and that's where the mental part came in. Like I just had to fight through that. But if I wasn't mentally strong, I would have gave up within the first couple weeks.
Yeah. And just know, man, a lot of people go through stuff like that. Yeah, I call it the fear of the unknown, right? Marine Corps recruiter for many years. So I tell a lot of people that sit down with me, I mean, the fear of not knowing what's gonna happen next, especially you ain't got your own spot. You've been with your family. You gotta think. I've been with my family my whole life. There's always been moms there, pops there, brother there.
Facts.
And now everybody just Houdini, everybody gone. So
Yeah.
it's a natural thing, and it's good that you stuck it out because right now we sitting down and we talking about it, and you bring that up as something important. I always say we bring up stuff that's very important to us that had big impacts on our lives, and when we do that, is because we have to realize that that's what made us build that character that we have today. So,
Yeah.
kudos to you on that. And did y'all end up playing any summer games? Did y'all end up going into that? How did the season move forward with that?
Yeah, so from there forward, fall camp, after fall camp, I got my apartment. I felt a little better, got my own living space. I ain't got to sleep on nobody's couch. It was fun though. Like I said, I was by myself, but I was with people. Like the team that I was talking about, and another one, he transferred, but we made the most of it. We joked and like you said, it made you who you are today. So the good and the
Yeah.
bad. But after that transition from fall camp, practicing the season, it transitioned pretty well, like how I expected. I didn't play spring ball with them, so I don't really know the defense as much. So I'm learning that as I go. I'm on Zoom with the one of the GAs, Coach Quiz. He gave me right like after all the meetings, all that we back on Zoom. He telling me stuff, some of the stuff. One of my teammates, he kind of helped me out too. Going into that year, it was kind of like the mental part was the mental part was kind of the same. Sometimes like you just kind of like you said, you call a spade for a spade. In high school, you that guy. In college, it's the top of the top, the best of the best,
Yeah.
iron versus iron. So especially when you don't, you haven't learned all of it. You new coaches, all of that stuff. I just told myself, compete. Don't worry about playing. Just compete. Show them like why you here, like, and just compete with yourself. Don't worry about nobody else. Like that's what I got on my mirror. Is me versus me. Never worry
Yeah.
about nobody else's race. It's irrelevant. In football, it's simple. A simple analogy is just like if you racing him or doing a 5 back, 10 back, if you looking at him while you trying to do your rep because you want to compete against him, you not focused on how to get back. So you looking at him and you slowing down the whole time. You could have been finished before him. So just focus on your task, your job, your work, whatever, what your purpose.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all I was trying to do that first year. And I did that. I feel like I did that. The coaches told me I did that. So after that year, I felt good. Just scouting, just balling, learning the plays, competing, all that stuff. We going to winter workouts and stuff like that. And, we just working out, coaching staff got fired. We didn't have a defensive staff for probably a couple months, probably like January. New coaching staff, spring ball come, feeling good, got something to prove, going to the season, trying to get on special teams, whatever, trying to play. OTAs, probably the fourth one, March 17th, uh, 9 a.m., shuffle drill, feeling good. Well, I'm gonna take a step back because the night before I had a feeling. I had one of my main partners heard come up and I was telling him I was like, man, my Achilles, it just feel kind of weird. Like it just feel, I don't know, feel kind of tingling. I was like, I'll probably just sleep on it, stretch, roll out. It's like I'll just catch you tomorrow to wake up, warm up, all of that stuff. Feeling all right. It's kind of chilly outside, just within I feel butterflies, but I feel good. Like it's OTAs about to start. You're excited. We got new coaches.
And
Man,
OTAs, for the people that don't know what OTAs is, what is that?
so OTAs, it's a term that was really taken from NFL. It means optional team activity. If you look on Twitter and stuff, you'll see like the big names like Tom Brady, like he'll say like he not participating in OTAs because it's optional. OTAs mean optional team activity. So
Okay.
so in NFL, you not fined if you don't show up. So college kind of just took them because they're just team activities. You don't have pads or nothing on. You just got on t-shirt and shorts and you just doing individual drills. You walking through defensive schemes. You going through special teams, all that kind of stuff. So just little stuff
Okay.
to build your team over time. And we got like I think 6 or 7 of those before we start spring ball. That's when we put on helmets, all of that stuff. So we just doing individual drills, special teams, all of that stuff. We doing this shuffle drill, and I'm on like the third one, and I shuffle out, and I burst, and I just felt a pop. Like I just felt like somebody kicked me super hard in my Achilles,
Mm.
and I just went down from there, and I just was looking at it, and you could see the like a bump. You could see one bump high and one bump low. And I said, that's my Achilles. I know it. I don't even need the trainer to come over here. And I said,
Mm.
I just shook my head and I just went to the sideline and kind of just, I didn't even think of nothing. I just kind of was like, I was kind of speechless.
Yeah.
Like I had no words, no thoughts. Like didn't know what to think. Like I said, the fear of unknown. Literally, like my recovery process up to probably like December of last year was literally 1 day to 1 week at a time. Like
Yeah.
literally, did not think of nothing else other than that day because I didn't know what to expect from this injury at all. So
Yeah. The question I have about this injury is how did your mental play after that? Like, did you feel like that at this point you were done with football? Like when you had that, they confirmed Achilles tears. What was your mind frame when your Achilles got torn?
Yeah, so basically from there, man, like I said, bro, it is. I still think about it today, just like speechless. Honestly, like I really was speechless. Like, but moving forward, it was kind of like I almost hit rock bottom, but my dad, man, like I just kept thinking of all the stuff like the dude done did for me, and like just the sacrifices and like the mental strength he done instilled in me. And it was like, bro, you can't quit, bro. Like that's not even you. Don't even think of that. But it was
Yeah,
someday, bro. Like I'm sitting in
yeah.
bed and I'm like, I ain't gonna say I was crying. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was crying. Like I definitely I suck at crying. Like I don't know why. Like I
Oh
just
yeah.
don't for some reason. But I was definitely in bed, like just reminiscing, like over my head, like how I'ma shake back, like how I'ma look, coming back, dreaming, literally dreaming of just backpedaling, like just coming out of a break, not even trying to make a tackle, intercepting a game, just backpedaling, like walking. I didn't walk for the next 4 months, so like
Mm,
it's a whole bunch of stuff going through my head, and I had a bunch of people who stepped in, coaches and stuff like that, players that I was able to lean on and talk to and joke with. So that kept me, me on my toes and stuff like that. That was the hardest hit, like to my mental strength. Like that tested me for sure. Like God definitely tested me with that. So I would
yeah.
definitely say like that was my biggest mental test.
You said that was your biggest mental test. The recovery, I'm guessing, is going well. Like, so what is it like? I mean, did they red shirt you? Did they get you off the team, or did they allow you to stay on the team? What happened next? Did the coach did were you the people supportive? I know you said the coaching, so I'm guessing they let you stay on team, right?
Yeah.
What was the road to recovery? I know you said the mental was hard, but what was workouts like coming back? And have you played in any spring ball coming up? I know it's summertime, so when are you expected to make that return if it's happening?
Yeah, so basically from there on, I had my surgery March 25th of last year, and I was in a cast after that for probably, I think, like I said, 4 months. I couldn't do nothing. I was on a scooter, so I had to keep my left knee on the scooter and push off my right leg everywhere I went. Man, you talking about, man, showers, just everything. Getting on the toilet, everything you can imagine. It just made life difficult, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and
Yeah.
it just like, if you feel like nobody got feelings for you when you down like that, when you just need like some help or something. To me, that was what life was at that point. I'm like, man, you grown. It's not like nobody cared, but like you got to deal with this injury. Like it's yours. Like you can't just push it on everybody now that you hurt and you think the world gonna cry for you. So you from
Yeah.
there, just working with my PT. Basic like I'm gonna just say this right now. I gotta say these like few people definitely got me like where I am, like from a mental standpoint and physically. My PT Chase Patterson, my boy Nas, my roommate, my boy Curry, like my coach Blair, Coach Weezy, Coach Birds. Like if y'all ever see this, they really kept my mind off of the injury and just was able to keep me going. Every day, it was either and I'm still going to meetings and stuff like that, practice. But I was going downstairs to lift, uh, keep my strength and stuff, and then rehab with my PT, just doing simple stuff. Simple stuff was hard. The
Yeah.
stuff you take for granted, like they say. You doing that until I get the cast off. I get the cast off. I'm in a boot now, so I still can't weight bearing. I'm still doing no weight bearing. Still in a boot, taking the boot off when I get home for a little bit, but I still gotta sleep in it, so I don't rotate my tendon. For people who don't know, your Achilles connects basically your heel and your calf, and it's a thick tendon. So they had to repair it, basically fold it back up and
Mm-hmm.
suture the sides, and I think they went down the middle as well. So I had to
Yep.
keep it in basically the plantar flexion in the boot in order to keep the tendon tight because you don't want to overstretch it and it snap again. Like that was my worst fear at that point was snapping it again. And that's what I was, my doctor was telling me to make sure you're not doing nothing crazy or don't fall and like that because that could re-injure it. So I
Yeah.
just was being careful with that while in the booth. Um, I could stand on my feet after probably 6 months, My first
Hmm.
time standing, man, I wouldn't shout so loud, man. Like my first time standing, my left leg, like it gave because like I haven't put no weight on this in 6 months. You feel like a baby again. Like you gotta learn how to walk. I literally had to learn how to walk again. Like it was crazy to think about. And I
Yeah.
just kept progressing from there. For those of you who don't know, be as far as blood flow restriction. That's kind of
Uh-huh.
what I did the most to get my strength in my legs and my calf back. And just walking on this no gravity treadmill. It's a treadmill we gotta take the air. It takes it and fills air with it so it can lift you up or down, depending on just whatever body weight you want it. So I was
Hmm.
doing that. John, I forgot to mention my boy John. He definitely got
Hey,
me
man.
right too. He a PT here now. He definitely one of my mentors. So working with him, he got me on this treadmill. Progressed to running after probably like 9 months, just like jogging and walking, different cycles up and down. And then like December, January, I'm basically running. I'm jogging, cutting, not how I want to, but good enough.
Yeah.
And then February, March on, it was kind of just doing all the little things to keep the injury from just being more painful. So just contrasting,
Yeah.
making sure I was stretching, rolling out, all that stuff. And spring ball rolled around this past March, and I was a full go. My doctor told me I was good. I had my last meeting with him.
Mhm.
My rehab continues because for those of you who don't know, this Achilles injury, any Achilles injury, you search them up and research them. Yeah, I done read some articles on them, stuff like that. One article I read, it most people calves didn't return to the same size as the other one, even after 11 years. So just it's definitely like a taxing injury. I know some of you who are NBA fans saw Jason Tatum tear his. Man, when I saw
Mm.
him tear his stuff, bro, I rewatched the video because I was like, dude, like
Same thing.
hate it for this dude, bro. Like he just
Yeah. And hey, we are the biggest Boston Celtics fan in the world here, bro. You know this,
yeah,
man.
I was
Hey,
just gonna
I
say
got Jason Tatum Funko Pop right here, bro. No cap. I got Jason Tatum Funko
thought you
Pop
was a
right there.
Boston fan for a
Boston.
second. I thought you was a Boston fan for a second.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Hey, I
man.
put on my Asia Wilson shirt today, but I got a Jason Tatum one right in there. It's leaned down. Hey, we in
Yeah,
here, but
man.
yeah,
Jason Tatum cold. Like y'all know for y'all who watch basketball, y'all know Jason Tatum is cold. And it's like for something like that to happen to him, it was just like crazy to me. Like
yeah.
the dude tore his Achilles. Like I know what this man finna go through for the next year. Like he finna put
Hmm.
in a lot of work. Like it's gonna be taxing. But spring ball, like I said, I was a full go. It was still a mental fight because the pain and the stiffness still there. Like even today, like I'm going through OTAs. I went through spring ball. Like I balled in spring ball, and I did my thing. I could have did better and stuff like that always, but like just keeping up
So
with.
how was spring ball for you? Like, were you still that guy, or was it like, hey, I'm moving back into it? What was that like for you, being back on the field for the first time?
Yeah, so move coming back onto the field. We had OTAs before spring ball too as well. Just as the previous year when I injured myself. When we got through OTAs, I felt like a little burden off my shoulder because I'm like, okay, like I made it through what I couldn't make it through last year. Let's keep
Yeah,
going. So spring ball come and I feel like I'm moving pretty good. I don't feel the best, but like I feel good. Like I feel like almost by myself. So we
yeah,
practicing all of this, like, and I'm getting reps at three different safety positions. I'm on special teams, like I'm running, like I'm moving fast, like I'm getting my breaks, like everything going like how I dreamed of it. Like when I just wanted to backpedal and I just wanted to walk, like everything going
yeah.
perfect.
And they always say, bro, when you going through that, you gotta always remember what you wish for. There was times when you wish you was at this point. I hope that definitely keeps you going forward, because it definitely plays a big part in wanting to make sure you stay focused, stay on path. Is there anything coming up with the upcoming season, like any aspirations or goals? What is Kenyatta McNeese Jr. thinking of for that junior year?
Right now, we finna approach fall camp again, and I'm getting back to where I'm feeling alright. It's still, like I said, that stiffness and that pain still there, cause it just comes with the Achilles injury. But as long as I'm warming up and doing the little things right, I can get through a practice with ease and still feel my best. So going into like this season, I'm not the type to make some outrageous goal. I'm trying to play
Yeah.
on the field. whatever that means. And
Yeah.
learning the plays, special teams, all of that stuff. Like I'm good. It's looking good for me. I'm making sure I gotta do what I gotta do to make sure I'm benefiting and have adding value to the team. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make plays on the field, whether that's special teams, on the field of safety, all of that stuff. But one game I'm looking forward to that I have been dreaming about is LSU. We play LSU week 2.
Hey.
And don't let me get a tackle, dog. Look, don't let me get no tackle, man. Cause hey, I done came a long way, bro. And I grew up watching SEC football. And don't put me on the screen with the big guys. I done tore my Achilles to playing on the field at LSU. I couldn't, like I said, I tell you, I can never complain. Like if I'm at
Yeah.
that point, like I'm grateful. Like I'm taking advantage of it and keep going forward. So that's kind of just my
Okay.
mindset and just trying to ball, just trying to ball this shit. I ain't trying to make no outrageous goals. Get on the field and we trying to go win a conference championship. That's kind of my mindset.
So the big question I got you as well is, with all of that didn't happen, has your aspirations changed? Like, what is your field of study that you got going in college? Because I mean, throughout this whole process, we did talk about a lot of football. We talked about the journey from we had to now. But in order to do all this, you gotta have. I mean, you ain't just making no 2.0. So I mean, I'm guessing that you high in those grades. So what are you studying in college right now? And do you see yourself pursuing football if the opportunity into a professional career pops up, or is it more like, hey, I'm looking at other fields as well for what I'm studying in college?
I'm studying kinesiology, which is basically the study of movement. You can be a PT, OT, all of those things. Athletic trainer to stay within the sport, and that's kind of my mindset. Like a lot of guys have coaching. You can get through coaching through this too, but just staying around the sport, helping
Mm-hmm.
guys get back, being a guy somebody can lean on. I have a story. Now with my injury of when somebody going through something like that, like they gonna be in their head. So you gotta be able to, relate to them, respond, help them out, whatever. So that's kind of my idea behind it, and just trying to be basically a physical therapist or whatever else kind of extends from getting my degree from it. But I would say that's definitely where I'm moving forward on that. And before a lot of people, well, the audience really doesn't know, but I was originally going into engineering, civil engineering. That's kind of what my
Mm-hmm.
dad wanted me to do, and it was like a couple of months before college as I'm figuring everything out and kind of confused. I'm like, if this don't work, I mean, I want to stay around the game. So like engineering, I'm like, and I used to tell my dad like, yeah, like through high school, I was like, okay, yeah, civil engineering, I liked it because I like the building part of it, but I was decent at math, so I was like, okay, yeah, we can do this.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, started to think about it, I'm like, nah, I want to stay around the game and be able to help people. And I like helping people. Like I like being able to serve people, help them get to somewhere where they used to be or need to be.
Yeah.
That's kind of where um kinesiology came from, and just sticking with it. I don't plan on changing it. I kind of look at people who come into college and change. I'm like, how can y'all do that? Like, if I
Yeah.
change, I feel like I'm behind. Like, if I change,
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like I wasted money. Like, all of that stuff. Like, I'm mad. I took 2 classes so far, and they didn't really serve under my curriculum. I'm still mad today. Them classes was my freshman year. I'm like, man, I wasted money and time on them classes. I did not need them. But that's kind of where I'm at with that. It's professional. If I feel like a potential at a professional career after this year, I'll look into it. But honestly, like I said, I know who I am. I don't like my money to be funny. I got some teammates who just tried to get signed and stuff like that. It's a crazy process. It really is. Like, you put the
Yeah.
work in. Everyone is putting the work in to get a spot. Like everybody got the same mindset. And
Mm-hmm.
just trying to outmatch that mindset of the next person and just trying to get your name out there really to get signed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And a lot of people don't know how strenuous that process is. I got quite a few buddies that have gone to collegiate, from collegiate sports to the professional sports. One being golf, another one being NFL, another one being basketball. I got one that became real cool with when I was on recruiting duty. I never forget it. Kid named Stephon Sullivan played for the New York Giants, and now he's playing for the Carolina Panthers. remember him in high school, and I was a recruiter, and I was like, man, yeah, come join my illustrious Marine Corps, right? And he's like, nah, man, y'all don't know, you don't know who this is. And I mean, this kid, we talking like the trenches of Louisiana, Donaldsonville High School. And a lot of people, anybody that watches, they know Donaldsonville High School, man, it's the trenches when it comes to having the opportunity to excel. There's a lot of brilliant and bright students there, brilliant, bright teachers. The kid looked me in my eyes and said, hey, I'm going all the way, you know, and same mentality as you. And he said, if I go all the way, he's like, going all the way. I said, I asked him because believe it or not, he sat down with me his senior year, even though he knew he was not joining the Marine Corps. I'll never forget what Stephon told me. He was like, success for me is not about making it to the NFL. It was just about trying to make sure my mom didn't have to pay for college, make sure my family didn't have to pay for college, that we had no debt. And he went on to LSU, ended up getting drafted and all that great stuff like that. So, and it's kind of like what you're saying now, you know, just because I don't make it to that professional level, or if I make it to the professional level, knowing that I make that impact. I mean, I've been on both sides of the spectrum where, you know, a lot of people don't understand, like, making that impact, that you could be making all the money in the world, and that if you're not making that impact, man, you see celebrities every single day. They have all the money and all the stuff at their feet, and they still going crazy. You know what I mean? Still going crazy, and they don't know why. It's because they don't have that purpose behind them. So I definitely put my hat off to you, because knowing that you got to have that purpose and wanting to help people make that difference. Because who would have thought you injure yourself in high school? You might not think about it, but injuring yourself might have had played that part on you wanting to learn the art of movement so that you can be able to help people. Because, you know, you did injure yourself in high school, and then who would have thought that now your story is even more powerful? Because I mean, I look at a lot of people that try to tell me how to do stuff, and I'd be like, bro, how you gonna tell me to do something that you never did?
Yeah.
How you gonna tell me about kinesiology? Yeah, you went and studied it in a book, but you ain't never had an injury a day in your life. So believe it or not, you have a path that shows people, hey, I know what it's like to come back after breaking half of your hand. I know what it's like to come back after Achilles tear or fracture and be able to say, hey, this is how I go from not walking at all to be able to walk. And so if ain't nobody ever told you that, your story is very powerful, and you being able to move forward and show that could help a lot of athletes, a lot of people that, you know, their careers might be completely over, never be able to run on that field again. So definitely good, man. Definitely good. So, and so I got last question for you, right? So is there any shout out, anything you're working on, anything you got going, any last thing that you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to all the family, man. Shout out to my dad, my mom, man, my brother, my sister. Man, just shout out to all them folks back home in the tip, Washington 360. Man, shout out to the people in Ruston, Alabama. I wouldn't be here, man, without all of them. It's crazy to think about, but it's like every person I done tried to take something from, bro, and that's all you can do, man. And just keep on pushing. Don't let nothing hold you back.
Facts, and I agree with you from the most. As a person that has had injuries and been injured before, many surgeries, it's definitely a process. Definitely, can you let us know when is y'all first game? You know, what is that looking like, and just let me know the next game, because people want to know so they can tune in. When is that first game date?
Yeah, so the first game is gonna be August 30th at 6:30. It's gonna be a home game in Ruston, Louisiana. Second week we play LSU at LSU at 6:30, September 6th.
Okay.
And if y'all want to cop some merch, I'll send Paris the link. But I have a athletic thread. If you want to cop some Louisiana Tech, any family
Do they
members,
sell jerseys?
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna be copping a jersey after this. I want the McNeese
I
Jr.
ain't gonna lie though. I
jersey.
ain't gonna lie. It don't got the my last name on it. It only got my number.
Don't
Uh,
worry, I know people. Hey, we can get that
and
put on
we
there. We
can get that
good.
on there. But I want to say later on they might put my name on the back, but I'm not sure. But for now, it's just my number.
Say less. So if I get one and I put your name and I get the name put on the back, then I'm gonna send you one. How about that?
Okay, bet. Let's do that.
Hey, we good. We good. I ain't say less. So, all
Let's do that.
right. Well, I appreciate you coming on Life Untold, man. We definitely appreciate it. If you need anything, always a call away. So I appreciate it.
Thanks, no, I appreciate you too, man. This podcast this only the beginning, man. We gonna parents. I'm gonna look back on this video for sure. Parents gonna look back on these videos, and man, parents gonna be up, man. He gonna have another 20 videos, and it started with these first few, man. So I appreciate you, cuz, not for sure.
Hey, and we gonna bring you back on. We gonna
Nah, we
follow
definitely,
up update. Hey,
we
it might be
definitely
3 seasons from now.
gonna
Hey,
be the
but
last.
hey, Hey, it's gonna be, and the next time I'm calling it right now. The next time we do this, it's gonna be in person. We're gonna be sitting next to each other.
No, we definitely gotta get in
we're
person.
gonna be in there. So, all right, I appreciate it, cuz.
All right.